What is up, guys? It is the one, the only FatalOnion. How are you doing today? I hope you're all having a groovy good day because I know I am. You want to know why? We have the Sony 400mm F2.8 lens in my possession, and I'm very thankful in itself to be able to own one of these lenses. These lenses are very expensive, come at a steep price point, may cost you a kidney, a child, or even a lot of illegal activity to obtain this thing. But I am very thankful to have done whatever it took to obtain this lens. If you're a sports photographer or a wildlife photographer or whatever in that realm where you need a long range lens that's very fast and efficient, this lens right here will do that and take you to the next level. I'm not going to go in the nitty gritty because more often than not, if you're watching a video about this lens, you probably know a lot about it already. But I'm just going to be sharing with you a little bit of backstory on why I purchased this lens and my first impressions of using this for only a couple of days. I brought it to 2 baseball games and it is phenomenal. I'm very glad I got it. That's just a forewarning. It's awesome, okay? So a little bit of backstory. I got into sports photography for a couple of years now. I was taking free photos for some track and field events or some local running events in my area. That's about it. Up until August of 2022 was when I really decided to go into sports photography as a serious hobby, I guess you can say. I wanted to turn it into something more than just showing up to an event, taking photos of it, and leaving. I'm able to now earn some income off of it, and to become better and better at what I do, I needed the best of the best gear to reach what I want to reach. Yeah, I know a lot of people say you don't need the best of the best gear to get the images you need or whatever, but for me, I already know what I'm doing with my camera. I already know what I'm doing with my settings and all that stuff, and I think, personally, I take some great photos with the gear I have. But if I want to really stand out and be the best version of myself in the scheme of sports photography, I needed the gear for that. Hence, why I decided to purchase the behemoth, the 400mm F2.8 Sony lens. This lens I've been literally thinking about almost every day since November of 2022. At first, I was just like, who would buy that lens? That lens is crazy. I'm never going to get one of those. It's just a big waste of money. But after thinking about it month after month after month and doing whatever I could to save a penny here and there to be able to afford this thing, I decided to bite the bullet and get it. And already to begin with, the image quality has blown me out of the water alone. The photos you get with this lens are phenomenal. And just the quickness of it too, the focusing of it, beautiful. There was one part of the game that I photographed a few days ago where I was focusing on the athlete that was running to a base. And literally, next frame, it focused on somebody in the dugout, and then the frame after that, it focused back on the person that I was originally capturing. And the fact that it was able to focus that quickly, literally in the fraction of a second, was just mind-blowing. So this lens, seriously, is going to blow you out of the water and blow your image quality out of the water. It is fantastic. And not only does the image quality really, really stand out, but this lens is going to make you look so cool. Literally, you're going to look like a badass walking around in this thing. People are going to look at you differently. You're going to feel differently. I mean, think about it. If you show up to a game and you show up with this, yeah, people might think you're something. But if you show up to a game with this, people are really going to think you're something. I'm not saying that you can't get good images or anything like that with this lens, because this lens is phenomenal. This is what kind of helped get me to where I am today. Thank you, Sony 70-200 Mark II. I will be continuing to use that lens for many, many activities and such. So don't get me wrong, that lens is awesome. But this lens right here, for any field sports, this is something that you need. Your image quality, again, I said this so many times in this video, is going to be phenomenal. But just walking around with this thing, people are going to look at you differently. They're going to think that you are a professional. You're doing something with your life if you're able to afford one of these big lenses, and it's just phenomenal. Like when I show up to my game a couple days ago, again, I mentioned that many times too in this video, but anyways, when I showed up, I heard a couple of people making comments about me. Granted, I don't think they thought that I was hearing them or anything like that. I think that they thought they were far enough away. But I heard a couple of comments saying like, whoa, look at that lens. That thing is huge. Or somebody asked me how much this thing costs, and I didn't share with them because I don't want people knowing how much I spent on this thing. One of the announcers actually was in the press box. He didn't make an announcement about it, but I happened to hear him as I was walking by. He said, whoa, look at that lens. That thing is huge. And another person said, wow, we got a professional photographer here? That is so cool because of this lens. So again, image quality, it's going to blow it out of the water, whatever you're using beforehand. But 2, people are going to think you are something with this thing. It is phenomenal. And again, you just walk with confidence with this thing. You just feel, cool. You feel cool. That is for sure. That's not the main reason to buy this lens either, to feel cool, but it certainly is a perk of purchasing this lens. But enough is enough. I just wanted to share a little bit with you about this lens, my first impressions of it, and just the excitement I have going forth with my sports photography in the coming months and years with this lens. I plan on making multiple videos down the road of maybe a POV of using this lens during some events and such, just so you can kind of get some hands-on experience of what I am doing and how I perfect my craft with such a lens, or other lenses in sports and whatever have you be. I'm very much interested in doing that. I just need to take the step to actually do that. But guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about sports photography, the lens, anything pertaining to my journey, feel free to ask them down below. I'd be happy to share with you. I know there's a lot of great YouTube channels out there that have helped and motivated me and just helped me along my journey of getting into sports photography. And I'd love to return the favor to you, whether that be leaving a comment down below on asking your questions or checking out some of my other videos that might help you as well. But guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in some future videos or live streams in the upcoming days here. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.